All right. Hey, everybody. Tillion here. We're looking at an account review today, specifically looking at an HSR account here. Our boy Jeremy in the chat has wanted us to look at his account. He's telling me it's a bit unrelatable. I haven't had a chance to look through it yet, so we're going to look through it together. I will say, starting off with Blade Hyper Carry with Ruan Mei, Hyacine, and Sparkle on the low Fu is a bold choice, and I love it. I absolutely love it. But let's get into the actual fun part. Let's look at our characters. So again, starting off with a Blade with Light Cone is an absolutely Chad move. I love it. One of the most aura farming characters in the entire game. I love that he's getting his like glow up. Cannot wait to actually mess around with Blade when he finally drops into 3.4 update for his buff. His Light Cone is still going to be one of his best options. The fact that it's fucking S5 is insane. We're starting off strong. Love this. Love this. All right. Number one, braces, all maxed out. All maxed out. Relics, what are we looking at here from a stat perspective? 129. We have Slow Blade. Crit rate 66, 221. But let's look at his Eidolon investment. We have a, what I assumed, E6 S5 Blade. I don't think there's anybody more happy in the chat right now than Jeremy for the 3.4 patch. I don't think that there's a single person that is more excited about 3.4 than this guy. Hey, there we go, man. That is a great thing to see. Super fun character. I guess the relics don't matter when you can just spend money. I cannot believe you invested an S6 into, or an E6 into Blade and an S5. But Jesus, the glow up here is going to be real. So congratulations to Jeremy playing the long game and having it work out for him. We do have a Ruan Mei without Light Cone, perfectly fine. Traces not maxed. Level the traces, bro. Level the traces. What are we doing here? We got speed set with break set. So a little curious on this one. If you're running her specifically in any kind of break scenarios, you definitely, especially because few can't use the Watchmaker set, you want somebody that can do the 4-piece. But if you're using her just as a generic stunner or a generic buffer, this is perfectly fine, right? And do we have any Eidolons? We do have the one. All right, so that's, you're realistically just using her for this. Got it. This is what she's doing. She's doing her generic buff stuff and then adding this to the damage zone. Perfect. Yeah, that works fine. It's a generic buffer that's gonna work decently with Blade. Nothing crazy from the Ruan Mei, but the E1 definitely helps in that scenario quite a bit. All right, Hyacine. We do have Hyacine. We are meeting our 200 speed threshold, +9, which is great. Decent crit damage too, by the way. Which, if you know anything about Hyacine, she does 100% crit, so crit damage is a great subset to build. We're at 4,400 health. Probably could get a little bit more.
Let's have a break.
Realistically, what I like to see out of my Hyacines is 200 speed, 5,000 health. We do have the signature. Busted signature for any HP scaling units out there in the game. So good. Works really well for Castress, will work really well with Blade. Adding a little bit of burn to the team and allowing not only her, but her kit to function a little bit better. So great Light Cone. Braces. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? Come on. Build that up. Ika does way too much damage to not increase this. This I understand. It's not really important. Especially if you're running Castress, you'll never run that basic. But in this team, you might have to do a couple basics, so it'd be nice to probably increase the damage output if you can. Realistically, with an E6 blade, it doesn't matter, but Ika definitely deserves to get these 6 here. This is fine if you don't want to do this one. It's not gonna like make it or break it. Overall, really good Hyacine. You kind of want a little bit more health if you can get it. But realistically, it's a new set. You know what I mean? So you're probably gonna still farm it. You're probably still farming it. And it's an E1. So you do have the biggest increase to the Castress team, which is the E1. Well, yeah, you're gonna be well over 5,000 health for sure. Got it. Done. All right, that's all we had to say. Yeah, E1 is nasty. Any HP scaling unit like Blade specifically or Castras loves this E1. Absolutely fantastic E1 for those units, but very, very good highest. We have a 162 speed Sparkle, which is at the speed threshold she wants to be at. That's perfectly fine. We have over 200 crit damage, which is perfect. We have her Light Cone, which is nice. Obviously you can always use DDD with that as well, depending on the team format and your speeds. So that kind of just depends on you and the team you're running. But I also have Sparkle's Light Cone. I like it. It allows me to like be a little lazier with my substats. Races, level your traces. Level your traces, especially on her here. Relic investment, you're running offset. That is crazy speed stat rolls to do offset 2s to get 162. Yeah, 6, 7, 11. Okay. 11 is crazy, dude. And no speed on the rope. We got some on the rope, but none on the orb. Okay. That's wild, these two pieces. Obviously, you probably would prefer to get a 2-piece speed set in here, just to try to like allow you to have a little bit more synergy. But honestly, like if you're at 162 speed with 200 plus crit damage, she's perfectly fine. And it's S2, E2. So you have an E2 here. Yeah, that's a hell of a good Sparkle. Everything's meeting the requirements you want to see out of a Sparkle outside of the traces. Complete your traces. But, I mean, that's a really good Sparkle. Boothill is one of my favorite characters in the game, so I'm excited to see this. We do have his Light Cone. Perfect. We are looking at 145 speed, so you're meeting that threshold mark. Perfect. Crit damage and crit rate are okay. His break is 296. Damn good. He does get some value out of his crit stats too, though, so that's kind of important. Everything looks good there. Braces, we are not maxing them out. The ultimate is important. Yeah, max out your traces. Relic wise, we're using the break set perfectly good. Just looking at here, we got speed break, crit break. That 4 is crazy. Break and speed. Speed boots with crit and break. Perfect. We're rocking the actual break set on orb and rope. Looks good. That's decent. That's great. Physical too. Jeez. Yeah, this is a really decent set. There's some really good pieces in here. Realistically, there's only a couple pieces to upgrade in here if you really wanted to take the time to do it. But like, very, 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 very good set overall. 300 break is crazy. E0. What did Boothill do to you, man? Can't get him some Eidolons? All right, Robin. We have a 124 speed Robin with over 4,000 attack, so we're pretty standard built. We are rocking her signature Light Cone, perfectly fine. Braces, the right ones are all done. We are rocking not 2-piece attack, so that's a little bit crazy. So we got 2-piece here for the attack, 3 and 2, 4, and effect res is pretty wild. This is just this is a weird one. I'm assuming you're using this just to get the rope to work, maybe? Yeah, probably why. Attack boots is fine, 2 speeds, so you're meeting your threshold. You're running broken keel. This is a little bit different than some of the builds I see normally, but energy, rope, attack, everything here is pretty standard. Broken keel is a valid option. You're meeting all of your thresholds. You're 124 over 4,000 attack with her Light Cone. You're probably not having any problems with energy. She probably goes first in most situations anyways. I don't think that there's probably anything you need to worry about with this one. You have an E1 Robin, which is just a very classically built Robin. Nothing to really talk about here. We've all seen it. We all know it. It's an E1 Robin with Sig and 4,000 plus attack with 124 speed. So it's perfectly usable, viable Robin that's doing exactly what she wants to do. Great job. Yoon Lee was my first ever pull in any gacha game ever, so I have a soft spot for Yoon Lee, so I'm happy to see this one. We do have her light cone as well. I'm a big fan of this light cone. 94 speed, so we're slow as we should be. We're at 82 crit rate and 207 crit damage, so we're at that almost 2-to-1 ratio of crit damage ratio. Perfect. We have over 3,000 attack, also perfect. Very good so far looking at the stats. Looking at our traces, we just refuse to build them, including not increasing our attack in 2 places, but still getting over 3,000 attack is impressive. Relic standpoint, very classically built. Looking at our compare here, 3. Okay, so you are human. 2. 4. Geez, that's a really good boot. And then we are rocking 4 here. And 3 here. So it's a very, very well invested relic for Yoon Lee here. I love Yoon Lee. She's one of my favorite characters to pull out whenever I can. So I enjoy Yoon Lee quite a bit. Happy to see that she has some good relic investment here. Did we get it? We got the 1. Both of these are really good, but seeing an E1 Yoon Lee makes me happy to see. Very well invested Yoon Lee. Light cone, stat spread is great. Attack is great. Finish off those traces. Finish off those traces and you're good, man. Really like to see it. Love Yoon Lee, the character. Super fun playstyle, counter is, so good to see. Wow. At least it's Clara. Clara's a fun character at least, so nice to see this, I guess. Nice or bad to see this, depending on your perspective. But that is a lot of Claras. A lot of Claras. Firefly, we're at 154 speed with her light cone. 276 break is pretty good. Probably would prefer to see her at 160 speed, 161 speed, but depends on your investment as well, so we'll see. Pack's fine. We do have her light cone. I find her light cone to be kind of superfluous. If you have this, like, the ability to pull it, it's obviously a good light cone, but just obviously, you know, Aeons is just such a good alternative for it. Kind of doesn't make sense. Braces wise, we are just not finishing. Relic wise, we're looking at this. 3 is good, especially because you're doubling up the attack there. 4 and break is crazy. 3 and break effect is still pretty good. You're not getting a lot of speed rolls, unfortunately. 2 and 1. 9 speed from here is doing some heavy lifting. The attack and then break effect rope 1 here. So I would say you're at like what, 154 speed. So you're out of these pieces, you don't have a single speed roll and you're still at 154 speed. Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty good speed threshold to be at with nothing in your kit that's outside of your rope and your orb. Obviously, if you still want to invest in Firefly, you definitely want to get a little bit more speed, but or you can just put an S2 in there, E2 in there, and call it a day. An E2 Firefly, very good Firefly build. If you want to continue to build and break, great investment to get to the 2. But overall, that's a pretty dang good E2 Firefly, S1 especially. That break effect is great. You hope to see a little bit more speed out of a Firefly, but really good E2 Firefly in general. Fugue, we have a 172 speed Fugue, which is insane. We are at 169 break effect, so we're meeting our thresholds there. We're using pearls, so do we meet our effect hit rate threshold? You're at 0.1 away, so I'm gonna let you pass there. That's actually pretty dang good. Pearls is a great light cone for her, obviously. S5, perfect. Traces, we'd refuse to level our traces. It could be even higher. Come on, man. Relic wise, I'm excited. This is where all your speed substats went, right? The 1, we got 4 there. That's a crazy piece. 4, 2 there. So your chest is normal. That's a pretty good speed boot. That's a really good orb. It's defense, so it's not like the best that it could be for you, but like obviously those substats are great. And you have a break effect rope 5-1. I agree, but a lot of people will say to use energy rope. I like the break effect rope better. Overall, really well built fugue. I know where all your speed substats went now. They're on fugue. And man, I was hoping to see the E1. I really was. So E1 fugue obviously would set this off. Obviously with the E2 firefly would be amazing. But overall, very good fugue, very good threshold with the speed. Lingsha, we have a 160 speed Lingsha, which is fine. What is her break effect at? 143, a little on the lower side, not terrible. This is a great light cone for her. Speed, done. Yeah, it's a great free to play light cone. Traces, level your traces. Level your traces. Relic wise, that's a good helm. That really is. 3-1 is good. That's really good arm. You're doing the 2-piece speed, so your healing boost speed, break effect. That's a great piece for her. Yeah, you're probably trying to find us another second speed boot, right? I'm assuming. This isn't doing anything for you. Yeah, I get it. I'm in the same boat with one of mine. All right, so decent piece, nothing crazy. The 2 break is nice, but you're definitely looking to get a second boot out of the new healer domain. Totally understand that for you. You're using the HP speed set. Definitely the right move, unless you're using her specifically in a break team, which with Lingsha, she's so universal, it probably makes sense to have a little bit of both. Break was 2. It's an okay piece, nothing crazy. It's attack. Energy regen rope with 3 break is absolutely fantastic. Definitely a good use of this rope too. Overall, a pretty good Lingsha. I understand that you're still trying to find this piece here to set you off. That's going to really help you with your speed thresholds too when you get that 2-piece set working for you. Very generic, good use. No Eidolons. Very decent Lingsha. Needs a little bit more relic help. Finish your traces, but Lingsha is a strong character. Good investment. We have our boy JQ here. We do have JQ's light cone. We do have 167 speed. We are hitting well above his effect hit rate necessary. Beautiful. Increase. He's gonna do all of these. I think it's definitely beneficial to level all of his traces personally. Relic investment is the wind set. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Not the craziest wind set I've ever seen. But we do have a lot of speed. 2 speed. 2 speed, 3 speed's pretty wild on an effective hit rate piece, and okay boots. We're looking at solid 3 speeds, pretty crazy on that piece. Defense is obviously fine, and 2 speed on an energy rope with effective hit rate. Very, very, very good. Those are really good planars. E1, yep. That's a very good JQ. Very good JQ. The wind set's pretty cool and interesting. I think obviously if you're using him on an Acheron team, that's going to be super fun to use. He's generically pretty good in that set too. You can use him in a lot of different places, but like tied to Acheron, that's a fine one. All right, we're looking at Topaz. We do have her light cone. Beautiful. 93, 159 with 139 speed. So we have just a kind of like generic speed, great crit to crit damage buffing capabilities. Not leveling our traces as usual. Level our traces. Level our traces. You're running kind of the same set I run. Looking deeply at this, we're at 3. That's a really good piece. That is a really good piece. I can see why you did that set though. Really good piece. You know, probably prefer this 2 to be on the crit damage, but still fine. We're rocking speed boots that went 2-2. This is a phenomenal piece. This is a phenomenal piece. And then we're using the set here. 2-2 is crazy. That's crazy good. And that's crazy good. This planar set is wild good. That is a very good planar set. Very good planar set. Eidolons, we do not have the E1. That's perfectly fine. Look, that's a very good Topaz. Yeah, those pieces are crazy. That planar set is wild. Herda 78207. That's very good crit damage, crit ratio. Speed, we're running slow. Attack boots, we're at 3,500 plus attack. Perfect, right where we want to be. We do have her light cone, a phenomenally good light cone. This extra skill recovery is so good. It's so good. Braces, ooh, we got blue, boys. We see blue. Relics, let's see what we got here. Phenomenal piece. Phenomenal piece. Okay piece. Phenomenal piece. That's really good Herda. But your substats are insane. So like that's the thing that matters between these two sets is which substats are kind of really better. That's wild good. That's a hell of a good planar sphere. Attack is perfectly fine too. Attack is great. Hell of a good rope. This is like your ropes are wild. You have some really good planar rope. That's a really good planar set. Yeah, I understand why you're using this over Izumo for sure. Eidolon's E3. Did you get one early? E2 is the big one. Obviously, it's doubling her damage output. Absolutely fantastic. The 3 must have been an early pull. Hey, we take those, Jeremy. We'll take those. Those are wins. So all good there. But man, that is a really good Herda. This Herda is going to dominate for a long time. You have all the important pieces, the light cone, E2 pretty much doubles her damage output. And honestly, like this is a really good crit rate to damage bonus. Yeah, it's really good. That's a really good Herda. Jingliu. So we got all of the characters that are coming rebuffed. We got 105 speed, so super slow Jingliu. We do have her light cone. 22 crit to 140 crit damage. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know a lot about Jingliu to give my opinion on it. It looks like she's not built. Yeah, that's what I thought. So we have an E0 S1 Jingliu. We'll have to kind of see how she does. I'm sure you're excited to try her out with her buff in 3.4. We do have our Acheron. We have a slow Acheron. Tons of crit damage. Absolute boatloads of crit damage and 4,000 attack. I think we're in for a show, boys. We do have our light cone. Perfect. Great light cone. We got blue. We got blue. Level your traces. Level your traces. Relic wise, we're running the kind of de facto set. Perfect. We do have 5 crit damage is fucking crazy. Oh my God. That is a really good piece. 2, 1, 2. That's a very good piece. 2, 1. This is a good piece. Crazy boots. Very good. 3. Look, his planar sets are normal. Like he doesn't have 5 or 4 rolls. That's a very good planar. And we have 3 on the belt, on the rope too. So very good. But that's crazy. That is a crazy helm. Love to see it. Love to see it. Eidolons, we do have 3. So we got our 2. We got our 2 here, which is the important one. And then we decided to get a little crazier. So we have an E3 Acheron. Well invested. Very good pieces. Level your damn traces. Very good Acheron. We do have our King Jing Yuan. We do have an E0 S0 King Jing Yuan. So we do have Kafka. We are running her on her kind of best next in slot, like gotcha kind of like which is fine. We do need some trace work as we do with all of our characters. And it's an E0 S0 Kafka. We have our boy Anaxa. We're at 126 speed. Preferably, you'd love to see this hit that 134 mark, obviously. Looking at this, we are using his event light cone. Great choice. Very good. It's not leveled. Level your light cone. Level your traces. Level your traces on this guy. Relics win set. Perfectly fine. Or that's a sick piece. Holy hell. That's a really good piece. That's a really good piece. That's a really good piece. 2, 1, 3. These are all really good pieces. It's hard for me to kind of give you better advice than what's on it. I would prefer to still see him at 134 speed if possible. Level this up, like, please. But overall, that is a very good Anaxa. Your crit is almost maxed. Crit damage, you'd prefer to see a little bit higher specifically, especially if you're running him hyper carry, which if you're going to have this good of a win set, I would love to throw him in a hyper carry scenario with Sunday and call it a day. So I'd prefer to see a little bit more crit damage, but overall, like, it's a really good Anaxa. The E0, S0, Anaxa. I really enjoy Anaxa personally. His Eidolons are also crazy. Feixiao E2. I knew it. I wanted to look at it. I wanted to see it. I love E2 Feixiaos. E2 Feixiaos are one of my favorite characters in the whole game. She basically becomes a machine gun. I knew it. We were looking at a 139, so we definitely are meeting our speed thresholds. We have 92, which is, you probably want to get a little bit more. I prefer 95 or above just because if you don't crit, it really hurts Feixiao quite a bit. But that crit damage is crazy because you have to remember in Feixiao's best team, she is just getting an absolute boatload of crit damage. So you're probably well over 300, 350 in combat with this kind of trace setup. We do have our light clone. We actually did most of our traces, but we need to level this one up because her follow-up attacks do significant amounts of damage to the total of it. To be fair though, if you're E2 Feixiao, are you ever really skilling? Are you just using your ult over and over and over? Relic investment is probably very high, I assume. That is a very good piece. That is a fucking really good piece. There's not a wasted substat on any of that. Good piece. Good piece. So this is a very human piece. That is a very good piece. Great piece. And great piece. Yeah. Yeah. That's a very good Feixiao. And obviously, I know I spoiled it, but I wanted to see it so bad. Feixiao E2 isn't just nasty. If you haven't seen an E2 Feixiao in action, it is a whole nother ball game. She basically just starts spitballing and machine gunning out ultimates. It is so good. So good. But very good Feixiao. Very good Feixiao. We have a 167 speed Huehue, which is crazy. Or 74. So well into a Ghost Broken Keel is what we're using. We're fine there. And we are over 5,000 easily with her health. Great. Also rocking the light cone. I think the light cone is awesome. I know it gets a lot of hate for some reason. People think it's kind of unnecessary. Realistically, it helps now when Huehue's healing feels a little bit lighter. This emergency healing HP kind of ultimate portion of their healing is just really, 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 really nice. Traces, level your damn traces. I'm gonna keep saying it every time. I know I'm repeating myself. Level your damn traces. Relics, speed set's fine. Preferably you would like to get the new speed set on her if and when possible. I know you're working on it, so I'm not gonna beat you up too much about it. But these are some really good substats. Yeah, it's really good. That's really good. That's really good. And that's okay. The effect hit rate is probably not really effect resistant. It's really probably worth it because your resistance is so high. But for Broken Keel, you're meeting your thresholds of 30. Energy rope, HP, yep, everything's good. So very, very good Huehue. Overall, I would suggest, like, as you continue to, if you are going to continue to mine that relic farm, getting her on the new set is obviously going to be beneficial. I don't think I ever died with Huehue with this speed. That's a very good point. Mine's only 145 speed. So. We do have no Eidolons, but overall, a pretty good Huehue. Pretty good. We have a Bronya with nothing on. We do have Bronya Light Cone that's on S1. How many Eidolons? We have an E6 Bronya. That's crazy. I probably would run her with Feixiao just for the funs of it because of the E4, but that's a really good Bronya. Castris with Light Cone. We have 87 speed, so we're under our threshold. We have 214 to 59. Light Cone is really good. Traces are leveled for the dragon. You do have a little bit of, you actually did all the traces minus this one, but I guess if you're overcapped, it doesn't matter. Relics are 3 is great. That's a pretty good one. That's a very good one. A very good one. Very good one. Very good. And very good. Like your investment in Castris is obviously really high. You are definitely sitting somewhere around the at least 3+ rolls per piece. So amazing. Eidolons, we have the 2. That's what I assumed. Very, 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 very good Eidolon choices. This E2 is nasty. Effectively, kind of just like Herta, is going to double her damage output. Very good. Changes the way she plays a little bit too, but very, very good Casteress. Overall, you're meeting all your thresholds. You're a little bit better than me too, which my Casteress is well invested into. Very good. The only thing that I kind of have anything to say about it is like, it would be cool to see you at 10,000 HP unbuffed, but like everything else is insane. It's a very, 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 very good caster. All right, Tribs. We do have Tribs on DDD. We do have DDD 5, what we want. Our HP is over 5,000, perfect. Speed is slow, perfect. And our crit rate to crit damage ratio is very, very, very high. Very high. That's a very, very, very good Tribby. Traces, we're not leveling them up. Please level our traces. Relic wise, that's a good piece. That's a very good piece. That's an okay piece. Your boots are fantastic. I wish I had this luck on my boots. My HP boots are trash. Very, very good HP orb. And very, very, very good energy rope. Very good. Your planars are just sick, man. They're so good. We do have the E1. We have the best invested Eidolon in our 3.0 area here. So very, very, very good. Very good. Jade, we have 103 speed, 75, 153. We're rocking the Erudition Herta Light Cone. Looks pretty standard. Nothing crazy here. I'm not seeing anything too insane about this Jade. We haven't leveled all of our relics. Our traces, I'm sorry. So please do that. Please, 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 please. Especially like the quantum damage one that's like available right now. We're using the follow-up set as expected. 4 is crazy. 3 is good. 3 is good. 4 is crazy. Like, your boots are crazy, dude. That's a really good quantum orb. Like a really good quantum orb. And then we have really good rope. Yep, that is a very, very good Jade. Nothing too wild. We don't have the 1. Okay. Very good Jade. Very good Jade. Not like not as insane as some of the other pieces you got there, but that is a very good Jade. We have a Fushuan. We have 7,500 health with Lauder's Choice is fine. Our traces are mostly leveled up. We're still not leveling them all the way up. Relic wise, it's okay. You want to see preferably in this day and age a 10,000 HP Fushuan if you can, but I'm assuming you don't use her a ton. Speed's okay. This isn't okay. This is probably like the most just okay pieces you have realistically. So yeah, this is an okay Fushuan. Obviously if you're probably not using her, but like we have a 161 hyperspeed Sunday with light cone. We do have his traces maxed that matter. But look, you can do it. I see you. I see you. I see you can do it. Relic wise, we're rocking his best in slot set. 3 speed, 3 speed. 2 speed. Speed boots with crit damage is perfect. What was our crit damage on this? Was 196. So yeah, you have a hyper speed Sunday, almost 200 crit damage. So you're almost at like kind of where I'd prefer to be. Realistically, get the 200 mark just because like it looks better, but like 196 is fine. Eidolons, we do have the E1. That's what I thought. Very good choice for him. This is a very good Sunday. Nothing too crazy to talk about. Pretty normal build, but very well invested. The speed crit damage is all there. He's using his full set versus a 2-piece, which is fine. And the crit damage from the broken keel is pretty much on point with the E1, which is absolutely fantastic. Very good Sunday. Aventurine here, rocking the Jeopard light cone with the S2. Perfectly fine, great choice. Stat-wise, we just literally have done no trace work here. 162 speed is great. We are hitting our 4,000 defense metric. We are using some way offset pieces. So assuming these are just whatever defensive pieces you have. Speed and defense is what you're looking for, I'm assuming here. Speed, defense, and crit damage. Speed and crit damage. Defense, and defense. Yeah. Pretty normally built Aventurine here. Nothing too crazy. Eidolons don't have the E1 there, and you're using the Jeopard Lycone, which is a massive defense increase too. So that is a solid Aventurine, very good speed. You'd prefer to see his traces leveled up, but the crit damage is good. He's going to get pretty decent crit rate from his 4,000 defense. It's a well-built aventurine, especially considering you're using off pieces here. Don Hung, we got his light cone as well. We are rocking almost 3,000 attack, 104 speed, 78 to 208. That is a solid crit to crit damage ratio, specifically because you're remembering like he's probably being run with Sparkle majority of the time. So that's going to get some pretty good buff. Or you're running him with Sunday, which is also going to give you plenty of crit rate. Right? Oof. Okay. Finish strong, right? Relic investment looks good. We are using the Wastelanders. Haven't seen this set in forever, but it's definitely a good set for him. That's an okay piece. That is a hell of a good piece. And that's probably the weakest piece I've seen on one of your main DPSs. The whole game. Very good piece. Very good piece. And pretty good piece. Your laser stadium set is just wild. Like all the ones in this set, you must have been farming this set for a long time because they're pretty damn good. Eidolon's E6. Yep. I figured. This is a very good Don Hung. I'm curious to see how he operates. That is a very well invested, heavily invested E6 Don Hung. The traces are all there for once, which we love to see. And then obviously the relics, you're right at the right stat thresholds too. So we have another dance. We have another S5 dance. Crazy. We do have a E1. We have an E6 Jeopard. We have a E0 S0 Topaz, Dr. Ratio, sorry. We have Welt here with his light cone. I also have his light cone, Relatable. E0 though. So it's funny that all of your stuff is all in one place. E5. Oof. Sorry about that, buddy. And we have a brand new Cypher we're still building with light cone. Very good unit. I'm sure you're excited to push her and throw her into your Acheron team. E0 with S1. Very good light cone. Very good light cone. You have Seela. Seely. Only one of them. Got it. With her light cone though. With her light cone. Hey. And then we have the man, the myth, the legend. Luckily for you, you got one of them and called it a day. That is a very good account, brother. You have some very well invested relics. You have some insane relic rolls on a lot of pieces. Overall, obviously a high investment, high spending account. Absolutely phenomenal pieces. All of the kind of meta eidolons that you could ever ask for are here. You have multiple E6s, which are just crazy. Blade getting the big buff up is wild. You have the Don Hung, which is just crazy. All of the support eidolons you could ask for that are going to be great. But man, that is a hell of a good account. Hell of a good account. Level your damn traces. Level your damn traces. So that's it for me, guys. My name's Tilion. If you like this content, please feel free to drop by at twitch.tv/TilionPlays. We like to go over content related to HSR, ZZZ, and Wuthering Waves. We appreciate our boy Jeremy here for letting us jump on the account and check out his builds, his characters, his investments. And it was absolutely a blast to see it. It's always fun to see these ridiculously unrelatable accounts sometimes. I'm sure it's a ton of fun to play with. I'm excited for him to see what Blade's able to do in the 3.4 buff, especially with the E6s there. I'm sure he's super excited about it. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us today. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by for the account review. My name's Tilion. I'll catch you guys next time, but Tilion out.